Hey there, welcome back to Desire Dialogues, where we make pleasure feel so welcomed in all aspects and whatever tickles your fancy. This is Desire Dialogues. I'm your host, Lauren Goyette, sex, love, and relationship coach. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome back, my fellow sexual beings, and welcome to our new listeners. What's up? Today we're going to talk about the ultimate guide to giving a mind-blowing blowjob, because the way to their heart might just be through their pleasure. And here's the deal, my friends, not just one size fits all, okay? That is not how this works. Every penis owner has different preferences, right? So like one person's turn on could be another's meh, right? So ask what they like. Communication is key, right? Don't assume, inquire. Customize your approach, right? What works for one is not going to work for everybody. Also, before you go full steam, right? Start slow, like really slow. Forget what porn taught you. There's no need to dive in mouth first at warp speed, right? You can gently tap or tease the tip with your tongue. You can use soft finger strokes. You can do feather-light touches up and down the shaft. Let the arousal build and wait for a fully hard erection before going deeper, all right? The dream team, hands and mouth, right? Blend techniques. Your hands and mouth should work together, not separately. Avoid jaw fatigue, right? Alternate between stroking and sucking for endurance. Cover more surface area. Like your, one mouth alone can't reach it all, right? We'll talk about threesomes another time, right? Your hands help create full stimulation. There actually is a past episode on threesomes, by the way. Definitely check that out on the greatest ways to kind of broach that topic, the guidelines you want to set, so have really nice, clear communication and what everybody wants from it. All right, so get wet with it, right? Saliva is your bestie here. When you have more spit, you have less friction, right? So slippery is sexy. Let it drip, drizzle, or drool, right? No need to be dainty. Embrace the mess. I remembered one time I spit on somebody and I was like, you know what? I just made me feel like I was spitting on a Boston sidewalk. So here's the deal, right? You can also study their solo moves to get a better idea of what they're looking for, right? So you learn from watching their go-to strokes, right? Watch how they masturbate. Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it more like focus on the tip? What different variations are they using, right? And then mirror their rhythm. So it's like giving them what they already crave just with your mouth, right? Use all the mouth magic, my friends. Think beyond just the lips, right? So the tongue you can flick, you can swirl, or you press it, right? When you have your cheeks, you can actually rub the head along the inside for a smooth slide, around your teeth. You can use the roof of your mouth, so it adds like this stimulating, ridged texture. Also, the variety is a spice here. You don't have to be suctioning 100% of the time like a Dyson cleaner, okay? Lick the shaft, swirl around the head, flick with your tongue for teasing delights, right? Go all the way down to the bottom, come all the way up and just play with the tip a bit. You can also, throw in a few little dirty talk lines here. Like, words can be just as erotic as touch, right? Whisper how much you wanted this. Moan a little, because sound is a part of the experience. Also, when you moan or you hum, your vocal cords vibrate. So that's another added extra sensation for the receiver. You can tease with like sultry little affirmations and be a little playful, right? My friends, don't bench the balls, okay? Or the area below. You can gently cup the testicles. Some enjoy light suction too. I've known some that really like them pulled on. I'm like, I'm gonna rip these off your body, but they're like, no, that's great, perfect. I'm like, okay, bro, cool. Stimulate the perineum. All right, so the perineum is behind the ball curtains, right? It's that ABC ass ball connector, fleshy fun bridge, the grundle, the taint, right? Whatever you want to call it. It's the area between the balls and the booty, and it's packed with pleasure potential, my friends. Definitely, you can take your thumb and put a little pressure there, rub back and forth. You can totally go grundle diving, right? You can use your whole face to stimulate that area, whatever you're into, right? Get a little spit on there, help it glide so you don't get like grundle burn on your upper lip. Play with positions too. That's another thing. It's not all about like kneeling in the movies, right? You can try side lying, lying next to them, right? You can face sit. You can do the edge of the bed, set up. That could be comfy. Find what feels good and comfortable for both of you, right? Don't be afraid to apply pressure. So once they're fully hard, you can actually use firmer suction with your lips. Wrap your mouth around it like a snug glove, okay? Most folks are used to firmer hand stimulation, so try matching that intensity with your mouth. And always go ahead, look up, check in, ask, do you like this? Or do you want me to do this harder? That's the thing. They can give you direction too, all right? Direction always helps. And then the frenulum, right? That is the pleasure gold mine. So the frenulum is like that little V-shaped strip under the head. Yes, that one, my friends. Also, too, if you can't visibly see the frenulum, that person may not be circumcised. When they're not circumcised, there's actually more pleasure there, right? They didn't get a lot of the membranes and the nerve endings cut away with circumcision. So you can lick, kiss, or trace that little V shape under the head, right? That's loaded with nerve endings, 4,000 to 5,000 of them. You can even do a little gentle stimulation, right? That totally sends some shivers up there. And hey, add some anal adventure too, if they're into it, right? You can try a plug or prostate toy while giving oral. You can stimulate internally or externally for intensified climax. Be gentle. Always use lube. And always communicate, before incorporating anal play. You can't be like, boop, surprise. No, don't do that. You can totally buzz things up with a vibrator, right? Add a vibe to the mix. You can hold it on the shaft, under the balls, or against the perineum. Which is that, the taint. You can also hold it against your cheek, underneath your chin. Your tongue vibrates when you do that. Or on your throat. Your whole throat will vibrate. Super fun. You can layer that sensation in there. So like while your tongue teases a tip, let the toy do its tingling magic below, right? Great head equals communication and creativity, right? So ask, explore, get messy, stay curious, right? A+ oral isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, playful, and like responsive to your partner's pleasure, right? Deep throating. Optional, not required, right? Let's bust a myth here. You do not need to swallow your partner whole like a jaw unhinging python to give a killer blowjob. You don't. You're not in a porn scene unless you want to be, right? Deep throating might look impressive, but it's completely optional. And if you're into it, awesome. If you're not, that's valid too. Consent, comfort, and turn on matter so much more than any porn standard, all right? Don't forget to breathe. Oop. That was my oven. It's time to put my salmon in for dinner. All right, so don't forget to breathe, right? So deep throating can really, can sometimes make it harder to catch your breath. So you take breaks, right? So when you're coming up for a break, go ahead and utilize your hand so the stimulation doesn't stop when you're catching your shit. No one's timing you, okay? Tune into your body, too. If it's feeling like too intense or too tight, pause, all right? Pro tip. Breathe through your nose, right? And stay calm because tension is going to make this harder for you, all right? The power of eye contact, right? So you want to make it feel more hot. Lock eyes during oral. It can make the moment deeply intimate, right? Use glances to check in, right? Like, are they loving it? Are they a little tense? Are they drooling? Are they not even looking at you? Are they looking up at the ceiling in absolute blowjob bliss, right? Eye contact is sexy, but also a silent communicator. Positioning is everything, all right? So getting the right angle can make or break your deep throat experience, right? You can align your mouth and throat with their curve. Penis shapes are going to vary, right? Up, down, left, right. Try positions that work with their anatomy. If they have an upward curve, try 69 for a better, line of access. If they have a downward curve, kneeling or face forward might work best, right? Fun fact, studies show nearly 1 in 3 penises curve upward. There's no one size fits all, my friends. Let's talk about rhythm. Rhythm matters, right? Especially the finish line, right? So blowjobs have like this natural flow, right? 1, you got the warm up. It's a tease, building up the heat. You got number 2, middle game, right? You're combining suction, stroking, licking. You're doing the things. You're seeing what's working. You're like a DJ hitting all the things on the table, right? Then you have the finale, right? When you keep up that intensity until they climax. Don't stop stimulation during orgasm unless they ask, all right? Many penis owners love continuous strokes through climax. Just be ready to back off quickly. Post-orgasm sensitivity can hit hard, and it does vary between penis owners as well as experiences. So choose your finish line, right? Know and decide where you're comfortable with them finishing, right? Is it going to be in your mouth, on your body, in your hand? Say it before. You're not into a surprise ending? Just ask, where do you want to finish when they're getting close? Or if you have a preference, I want you to come all over my tits, right? Or I want you to go down my throat. I'm going to try not to throw up. I mean, you can say it sexier than that, right? But I say it just like that because I'm funny. And if oral isn't your thing at the end, use your hands to take them across the finish line. Have a nice smile on your face. Your pleasure matters too, right? So above all, pleasure is a two-way street. So if you're enjoying yourself, they'll feel it. Enthusiasm is sexier than perfection. Always, you can bring in a toy to help you have a little fun. Maybe a remote control vibe that they have the control to. So if they're really loving what you do, they can throw that up a little bit, right? Hit the up button. My friends, I hope you loved this episode. Thank you for tuning in, and may you go give incredible, blissful blowjobs. All right? You hold the power in your mouth. If you loved this episode, I'd love it if you rated it. Seriously, thank you so much from the bottom of my clit. I appreciate you listening. Until next time, pleasure's your birthright, my friends.